Hey, what's up everyone? Today we are going to understand types of levers and this is your friend Sanjay. So in my last video I spoke about what levers actually are and in what way they function. So this is the working principle of every lever. Load into load arm is equals to effort into effort arm. Okay. Now again writing this L into LA, this is E into EA. Okay, so manipulating this I get load upon effort is effort arm upon load arm. Alright, and this can derive three conclusion depending on what the value of E and LA are. So mechanical advantage is L upon E, already I told you in my last video, and that is also EA upon LA in case of levers. Okay, so this will derive three conclusion. The first one is both are same. If both are same, the mechanical advantage is 1, and if mechanical advantage is 1, you will get a lever which will act as a option to change the direction of effort. So this is the first type of lever which we also identify as type 1 or class 1. So for class 1, what is the case? Mechanical advantage is 1 and it is only usable for changing the direction of your effort. Okay, now let us move on to second type, which we say type 2 or class 2. Alright, now for my class 2 kind of lever, what I am going to have, I am going to have the same setup with little difference. I am drawing the lever first. It's a rod. Okay, and for this rod what I am doing, I am placing my fulcrum over here. Fulcrum is the axis about which this lever can rotate, and your load is over here and your effort is over here. One thing you have to notice very carefully, that the direction of load and effort has to be different. As you can see here, the effort is in clockwise and load is in anti-clockwise direction, and here also load is in clockwise and effort is in anti-clockwise direction. So the direction of load and effort has to be opposite. Now for this class 2, load lies between effort and your fulcrum. So that means the effort arm and the load arm, they are not same, they are different in a way that effort arm is greater than load arm. Clearly I'll write effort arm is greater than load arm. Okay, so my mechanical advantage is definitely greater than 1 because your effort arm is greater than load arm. As per this formula, mechanical advantage is greater than 1 because numerator is greater. Your numerator is greater, so obviously the overall ratio would be greater than 1. So if mechanical advantage is greater than 1, this type of lever class 2 is nothing but a force multiplier. So this lever can act as force multiplier. Okay, I can give certain examples of this kind of lever.
Wheelbarrow and nutcracker are examples of class 2 lever. A normal scissor and a claw hammer are example of class 1 lever.
Example, and we can also have bottle opener as second example. We can have nutcracker also as an example of this case. While example of this kind of lever type 1 is very easy. A normal scissor is an example of type 1 lever. Okay, your claw hammer is also an example of type 1 lever. Alright, and seesaw is also a very good example. Alright, so this is the clear difference between both the types. Now third type that we write as class 3. Class 3. So I am drawing the lever. It's a rod obviously, and for this rod this is my fulcrum, and in center I'll be having my effort, and on the other end I'll be having my load. So clearly, as I've already mentioned, that the direction of load and effort would be different. So here effort is between fulcrum and load. Okay, so this is my effort arm, distance of effort from axis of rotation, and distance of load from axis of rotation would be load arm. So clearly here load arm is greater than effort arm. So as per this ratio, the denominator is greater for the third type of lever. Okay, so because denominator is greater, the mechanical advantage would be less than 1. So mechanical advantage is less than 1. Obviously, that implies this lever acts as a speed multiplier. Okay, now again coming back to class 1. So it's not mandatory for this type of lever type 1 that it will always act as a device which will change the direction of your effort. It can also act as speed multiplier, it can also act as force multiplier. All the three cases are possible for this kind of lever. But for the other two, class 2 and class 3, strictly for class 2 it would act as a force multiplier, and class 3 definitely it will act as speed multiplier every time. I will give certain example of class 3 lever.
Brooms, tweezers, tongs and fishing rod are example of class 3 levers.
So that's all about different type of levers. Thank you for watching the video.